taught everyone a lesson 20 years later when we got together at the reunion. It just so happened that I was raised by only one mother. My mother worked 2 jobs so we could have a normal life. I didn't do very well in school, I only liked math. My mother worked as a cleaner at our school, and she also did the floors in the evenings at the store that was near our house. There was enough money for food, but not for nice and fancy clothes. That's why I wore the same jeans all year. All my classmates had cell phones, but I didn't. I wasn't ashamed that my mother worked as a cleaner. I always stayed at school after lessons and helped my mom because it was hard for her to carry buckets of water. My classmates always laughed at me, gave me offensive nicknames. I took it all very hard, but tried not to show it. How painful and offensive it was for me. I didn't even have any friends. I was on my own. I had problems with some of my teachers, too. There were some teachers who were not at all interested in what the student knew. No, what mattered most to some teachers was who the parents were. That was our homeroom teacher. She called me up at every lesson. When I didn't know something, she scolded me, and my classmates laughed at me even more. And at the graduation party she said, "I know one thing for sure. The son of a technician will never achieve anything in life. He will never become a boss or director." After graduation, my classmates often organized reunions, but I never went. But 20 years later I decided to go to such a reunion after all. We decided to get together at the best restaurant in town. Of course, the class teacher of our class was also invited to this reunion. When we all have gathered, sat down at tables, our Natalia Sergeyevna began to ask who and what has reached in life. It was interesting to all of us. Some of them became businessmen, some worked in construction, some were unemployed. And then it came to me. I just said, "I'm building houses." Then there was a big banquet. At the end of the evening I took the microphone from the toastmaster and said, "Dear guests, I will pay for the entire holiday table, and the money you spent, you will be sure to return." No one believed me. None of my classmates expected it. Then I said it was my restaurant, and I would gladly treat all my classmates. The years of hard and persistent work were worth it to see the faces of my classmates and Natalia Sergeyevna's face. I decided to finish her off completely. I called my personal driver and asked him to take our class teacher home in my new fancy car. Oh, what a look on the teacher's face when she got into the car to go home. I was lucky enough to be a pretty successful businessman. My mother doesn't work anymore. I bought her a nice house by the sea. Now she is already on a well-deserved vacation. I hope all my classmates understood that it is the man himself who should be appreciated, not his parents. I was successful and proud of myself, but I'm not going to shout this to the whole world. It doesn't matter how much money you have, the most important thing is to always remain a normal person.